And it's time that we start to clean our own backyard. It's time to start shifting the problem away and addressing the issues. So before we get things rolling, I'd like to call Charlie Knoll, the Executive Director of the Arctic Mission, up to open this meeting with a small prayer.
Thanks, Ed. If we could just bow our heads.
Heavenly Father, we thank you, Lord, for this opportunity to come together tonight. Lord, you know that the problem we seek to address here is very complex, it's a very difficult problem. It will take the cooperation of everyone here. So I'm thankful for every person who has shown up tonight, Lord. We pray that you put it on their hearts to bring unity and bring a solution to this problem, Lord. We ask that you bless this meeting, that you guide our thoughts, guide our words, and most of all, help us to love one another in peace. In Jesus' precious name we pray. Amen.
Thank you, Charlie. Just really quickly, I'd like to go around the room. Some very important people in the room. And I want to thank the homeless constituents that showed up. This is about them, and this is to change their lives. And, so I'd like everybody to give a hand to these people and, just take a look on the side of you. These people are very important. It's what we're here for. Once again, I'd like the guy that made this all possible for me to be here to do this is Charlie Knoll. Not too long ago, I was locked up, and I've been homeless myself. And I've lived in the parking garage in downtown Providence, and I've eaten out of dumpsters, and I've had drug and alcohol issues, and I've lived their life. And I'm laying in a cell block, Medium 1 security at the ACI, and I just come back from a Bible study, and I closed the door to my cell, and I asked God to guide it. What's next for me, God? And before that, I was temporarily, I was the site director for the Emmanuel House Emergency Shelter. And God answered me, and He told me, your work isn't done. It's time to go home and finish your work. And He showed me the people along the bike path. And He showed me the people in the soup kitchens. And He showed me the people in the mission. And He said, Ed, go do what you got to do. And because of that, I approached Charlie, and he took my story before his board of directors. And it took a couple weeks, and he came back and he said, Ed, we'll give you the resources you need. Go do this. And, today I walk with God in my shoes, and, I go out on that bike path at night, and I see a lot of these guys every day, every night. And, I just make sure they got what they need right now, what I can offer them. And sometimes it's just a street sheet or a hug, or a cigarette, or a soup kitchen list, whatever it is. And just a hello and say, hey, things are going to change soon. And, Charlie made this possible for me. So I want to give Charlie a round of applause and his church. One of the first people that I approached for support was during the elections, and Alison Sasso was, she said, I believe in what you're doing, and I don't know what I'll be able to do. I don't know if I'm going to win the election, but I'll be there for you, Ed. And I want to thank Alice. She's here tonight. She's not staying long. She has other commitments, but I know she'll be here and she'll be a supporter of this as long as we're doing the right thing. I'd like to recognize Mr. Giroux from the West Warwick Town Council. It's going to be an uphill battle. This is a tough town. Mr. Giroux has indicated to me that he would support it if it works for the town and it works, for the homeless people. It's going to work for everybody. So I want to recognize Ed Giroux from the West Warwick Town Council. One of the guys that works tirelessly in his community to make sure these guys don't go hungry and organized is a group of volunteers that are some of the most beautiful, wonderful people that I've had the opportunity to deal with. And I want to thank Andy for being here tonight, from Rogers Paint, and a member of the ADA, the Arctic Village Association. We planned this meeting, we only expected maybe 10 or 15 people would show up, and then we started to get a really big response. And yesterday afternoon, at the last minute, I walked across the street from Picard's Coffee House that only holds about 20 people comfortably and only has about 10 chairs. And, Mr. Picard was very generous in offering his place, but he came and he said, it's not going to work. I said, what am I going to do? He said, go to the senior center. So I walked over here, and, Manny at the last minute said, hey, you can have the room, no charge. We'll give you everything you need. We'll get the chairs set up, and we'll make sure the heat's on. And I want to thank Manny, the director of the West Warwick Teen Center. I tried a few times to contact the Rhode Island Coalition for the Homeless. Unless you're like an expert with phone systems, it's very difficult to navigate. And all of a sudden, a constituent comes to me and says, oh, I got a hold of Karen Jeffries from the Rhode Island Coalition for the Homeless. And I want to thank Karen Jeffries and her associates that are here tonight from the Rhode Island Coalition of the Homeless and the Department of Health, and people from the West Warwick Housing Authority that are here, the West Warwick Fire Department, the fire chief is here. We did invite the police chief. I don't see him, I don't know him, but I'd like to thank those people for being here tonight. I apologize. I'd like to thank Mr. Apollonia, the chairman of the Democratic Party in the state of Rhode Island, for being here tonight. If I don't know you, or I didn't thank you, and you needed to be thanked, I apologize. I'm sorry, Barbara and her husband Steve are here. They, I guess, are head of the ADA, the Arctic Village Association, and they've been having meetings over the past 2 weeks, and they know there's an issue, and they haven't found a solution, and they need a solution. They need to protect the kids, but they also know there's a problem, and they want to help with the problem. And I want to thank those people for being here tonight. I want to take a few minutes and already start to tell you a little bit about myself. Oh, one more person I want to thank. And 4 years ago when I started, drinking and drugging was a way of the past. I was in a treatment program in Kentucky, Rhode Island, and this guy showed up one night, and he offered his help, he offered to guide me, and he offered to mentor me. And he's been a dear friend ever since, and he's a business owner in the town of Greenwich, and he knows about these issues, and if you ever get a chance to talk to him, he's a dynamic individual. And I want to thank Rick Artiviano from the Rock Junction for being here. So, like I said, I was beginning to share a little bit about myself. You know that I've been homeless. And it wasn't my first time homeless. I've been homeless in California. I've been homeless in Nebraska. I slept on the beaches in Florida with no place to go, with no money. I've been homeless in Iowa, Kansas. I've been homeless pretty much in every region of this country. And a lot of my homeless issues are due to drug and alcohol issues. And until I broke that cycle, I couldn't break the cycle of either being homeless or one check away from being homeless. And, my family did everything they could do for me. My friends did everything they could do for me. It became tiring and exhausting for them. And it became tiring and exhausting for me. I'm going to be 50 years old in about 40 days. And, I'm still one check away from being homeless. I live week to week. And I have a little apartment that I call my own. I'm still living up to it. I have a little office to go to, and I don't get paid for being there. I don't receive a dime for doing anything. And I have the opportunity to have the resources to help others today. And like I said, if you haven't figured it out, I'll tell you right now, I'm a Christian today. I've recovered from Catholicism. I don't mean to offend anybody. Catholic Church just wasn't for me. I needed more. And in my shoes and in my footsteps, wherever I was, whatever church it was, God has always been with me. I've been the one to be in my God, my higher power, my Lord and Savior. I've walked away, and when I turned around, He's been there and said, "Come on home." Today I'm home with my God. Today, because I have a God in my life, I have a home. I used to go on couch surfing, waiting to find a place to move into. Like I said, I'm one step away from being homeless myself. My vision, the vision of the Pawtucket Valley Homeless Advocacy, is to end homelessness in Pawtucket Valley. It's the same vision that the Rhode Island Coalition has, but in a smaller sense. We want to look at our issues. We want to look at what's in our backyard. The Rhode Island Coalition for the Homeless addresses those issues in a statewide area. I don't have those resources. I don't have that manpower. We don't have those finances. One of the things I want to assure the town of West Warwick, the town of Coventry, East Greenwich, Warwick, and Cranston, is Pawtucket Valley and Cook County affect those areas. And there's homeless people in those areas. They may not all be on the street. They may be on someone's couch or in the back of a car or living in a hotel when they get their check, and when the money runs out, they're back on the street for a week or two. But it's a cycle that they continue to live. And our vision is to not be a burden on the taxpayers. We're not looking for any money from the town, from the municipal town. We're not looking for any money from the state. We're not looking for any money from the federal government. Government, local, state, and federal are already in place. We don't want to become an additional burden. We want to lighten the load. There are plenty of resources out there available through churches, through other organizations, other nonprofits that'll make this happen. There'll be people with generous pocketbooks that'll make this happen. I'm not asking anybody in this room for a donation. I'm just asking for your support. I'm looking for people that want to help me form this advocacy and stop what's going on. There's some sheets back there. Some of the counts I took were an average of 23 to 30-something, 40-something, sleeping on the bike path. Since I took those original numbers, I've found in the Arctic area alone, there's over 100 homeless people. I just didn't find them all. Well over 100. In April, we had somebody die that was homeless, trying to stay warm. They got caught in a fire, and they burned alive. That can't happen anymore. We need to prevent that. We need to be part of the solution, not part of the problem. We as a whole, we as a body, need to come together and say no more. I know a lot of people in the Arctic Village Association are concerned if we open up a shelter in the area, that there's going to be more people coming in. I'm here to tell you, and I'll give Karen Jeffries the opportunity to tell you, homeless people don't leave their familiar element. If they're homeless in Providence, they stay homeless in Providence. If they're homeless in Cranston, they stay homeless in Cranston. People that are homeless stay where they're familiar, where they're comfortable, and where they feel safe. We have shelters in those areas. We're not going to bust those people in. The numbers aren't going to grow. The numbers are already there. We're hoping to lower those numbers. In 2010, December 2010, I applied for a job at an organization called W.W.R.I. I was one of 2 finalists for that position as a liaison to the Anchor Recovery Center. A woman named Leslie was offered that position. She had been a member of their board with a lot more experience in that area. So I got the booby prize. And the booby prize was to be the site director for the Emmanuel House Emergency Shelter that was opened and operated by the Rhode Island Catholic Diocese, or the Diocese of Providence. And if you ask me, I got the best prize of all. I got the best job in Rhode Island, better than being governor. I got to help people. I got to hear their problems. I got to find the resources. I got to meet people like Karen, and I forget her name, but a woman that I served on the Governor's Council that's sitting next to her, does a lot of work with housing and stuff like that. But I got to meet people both on the political side and people on the homeless side. I got to work the streets. I got to ride around in a van and dig people out of snowdrifts, get people out from underneath bridges, go up for a warm bowl of soup and a hot cup of coffee, maybe a pair of dry socks, something. Something was better than nothing. And it became my life. And so, like I said, I had that vision, and I came home, and I decided to start trying to clean my own backyard. And, you know, they do a lot of wonderful things at the other shelters throughout the state. I know the Welcome House in Peacedale has got a wonderful program down there. The Providence Rescue Mission on Cranston Street, they've got a great program there. You know, I know the House of Hope, which operates Arlington Hall, they do the best they can with what they got, you know. There's not a lot of money out there for this, but what's there, these organizations make the best of. And until I hear somebody else with a better idea, I'm going to continue to try to make this idea grow. I'm open and available to anything that anybody has to offer. And when the coalition is finally formed, we'll bring that to the coalition. We'll ask them to continue to try to do this work. And we'll ask them for better ideas. And I invite people that are involved in the political parts of the town. I invite people that are involved with the municipalities. I invite people from the Arctic Village Association and business owners to join the coalition. Because if you don't join the coalition, your voice won't be heard. Your ideas won't be heard. And we can only work with what we've got. So there's a sheet at the back desk there that says Arctic Mission Volunteer Sign-Up Sheet. It's on a clipboard. If you're interested in coming to a coalition meeting, and joining the coalition, and being part of the solution and not part of the problem, please put your name and phone number down there and who you represent. We also invite constituents from the homeless body in this area to join as well, because your voice is the most important voice. With the Emmanuel House Emergency Shelter, Josh. I'm not done. I know, I'm sorry. What do you want to tell them a little bit about your experience with the shelter and your own point of view?
Not very good at this, so bear with me.
Microphone.
Some of the worst things I ever know is when people hear homeless, the first thing they envision is, no offense to anybody, you're either an alcoholic or a crackhead. That's the first thing they think about. Right? That's not it. That's not how it works. Some people aren't homeless because they have issues. They have issues because they're homeless. And a lot of them are really, really depressed. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't affect everybody. And it really gets me because you see the way other people, like I used to train myself, and you have to have a cold heart, because otherwise it gets to you. Never mind what happens to you, just see the way, like when you set yourself back, you see how everyone else is treated. It's like, what's the difference between that one and that one? What are you wearing? That's about it. We live in a place where image is still everything, and it really shouldn't be. So yeah, one time, I was in Harrington Hall for quite a while, right? Most of the people that work there, the staff themselves, they're all right. Some of the people they answer to just really like being able to wield power over people. That's the whole reason they're there. I know it sounds cynical, but that's how it is. They like it. And so I got tired of that and told them how I felt, and they told me I had to leave. This was in like the 14th of January, by the way. They had, like, the snow was already, like, you know, the guy running, he didn't give a flying crap. And the messed up part is he used to be one of the homeless and didn't get it, right? So that's when I was, the Rhode Island Coalition for the Homeless actually sent me to the one he was running, right? Now I'll tell you right now, no offense, he can be a mean prick. But he has to be, because if you don't, there are people out there that will try to abuse and use the program and or services. Those ain't the ones you want. Now I guess more because the issue is local, right? All right, well, around here in Westwood, I don't know if you've talked to any people who would know yet, but the official thing around here seems to pretend that homeless people don't exist in Westwood. We don't have that problem. That's because if they're found anyway, they're supposed to go where they can't be seen basically. So let's just ignore the problem. Yeah, that always works. What happens to humanity every time we ignore something bad? I don't know. I go on and go on now, but the rest of it gets better, and I'm not getting to that. I'm proud.
Out with that, by the way. Seriously. Come off and share a little bit with you. I'd like to give Karen Jeffries an opportunity to tell you what a coalition is all about, what her experience on the positive effects of a community for shelters and advocates, how it helps the community as well as it helps the constituents. Karen's been doing this work for a long time, and she's with a pretty big organization, and we haven't lost touch with people out on the street. And so that let's keep it in perspective. She might share some statistics with you. I have her statistics in front of me, so if she wants to share them with you, she's more than welcome to. Otherwise, I will later. But I'd like to bring Karen Jeffries from the Rhode Island Coalition for the Homeless.
Because you guys know the statistics, right? You don't need to know the statistics. We see it, right? You know that I will say one statistic. Last year, there was 4,410 folks who were homeless in our state. That's the only statistic you need. But actually, if I said there was one homeless person, that would be enough, right? One's too many. So the Coalition for the Homeless, we don't do the direct services. We count on Ed, Mike back there with the Runs Harrington Hall, House of Hope. So we don't do the direct services. We have these wonderful agencies that do the direct services. We do the system change. So we work at the State House to try to get bills passed to make sure that there's enough money for folks, and that things like the Homeless Bill of Rights gets passed so that people aren't discriminated against. So that's the work we do. So I'm here tonight just to say we will work at whatever you guys need. We don't actually have money because we don't distribute money, but we can help with the advocacy part of it. And Michelle Brophy, she is who Ed was talking about. She works with the governor's office, and we have a whole interagency council on homelessness. And we actually have a plan. The state has a plan to end homelessness. It's called Opening Doors. And so part of our work at the State House is to try to get the plan implemented, because the bottom line is we don't want more shelters. We need to make sure people are taken care of at the moment, but the end goal is actually to put people into housing, right? So the state's plan in homelessness is not about trying to build more shelters. We're actually trying to give people who are experiencing homelessness out there. And so that's our goal, and we will love to work with you guys to do whatever you need to help with the advocacy. We work a lot. I just want to acknowledge Frank and Robert who are back there. They're with the Rhode Island Homeless Advocacy Project. They're out every night. And mostly more in the province area, but we would love to connect with you guys and make sure that we have folks down here who are doing outreach here. So thank you guys. Ed, thank you for the work you do, and thanks for the work you did at Emmanuel House. We're here to support. We'll do whatever we can, and we'd love to work with you guys. So thank you.
Thank you.
So the state decided to help any way they can. I want to bring Mike from Harrington Hall up. 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, I get a phone call from Mike when I was the director at Emmanuel House, and he'd say, I got no room for this guy. Can you send him to you? And we'd figure out how we'd get there, whether it was me picking him up or somebody from there driving him or getting a cab or whatever way we could get a person moved from Cranston to South Providence. We got it done. But Mike has done this work for quite a while now. And he can tell you a little bit about the workings of the shelter, so it's not just coming from one source. Mike?
Hi, everybody. I'm actually didn't have any prepared remarks, but so my name is Mike Archambault. My father was actually from West Warren. I grew up there, so I have, a special place in my heart for West Warren, for sure. So when I heard there was a meeting here tonight, I definitely wanted to be here. I have been running Harrington Hall. I don't know how much you guys know about it. It's on the Pastoral Complex in Cranston since about January. And it's 88 beds, essentially, in a room. It's a men's shelter. And we have been full every night, pretty much, by about 5:30. We open the doors at 5. Every bed pretty much is taken. So, and then after that, we have mats that I brought a bunch of cards with me because I was just essentially hoping to connect with some folks here about stuff going on. I apologize, I was late. I missed the beginning of the meeting, but I was hoping to connect with some folks about whatever's going on in the bike path, because we really definitely want to hear about that, and so we can try and connect with them, which is a big part of what we try to do. And I was actually out here, heard about some stuff this past summer about a guy that was staying with us that was out here, and we ended up trying to look for him on the Riverwalk area. But I don't know what's going on now, but I definitely am open to talking to anyone here about how we can work together for sure. And anyone who's interested in coming and checking out Harrington Hall, can do that as well. So it's great to be here, and I hope you can work together. So, thank you.